Hello everyone, and welcome to the AOR Season 9, Round 10 of the German Grand Prix. Just going through the setup then quickly. As you can see, it's pretty much the same as we ran at Silverstone. Small change, 1-1 wings instead of 3-1. Onto the qualifying lap. This is our, I believe at least, the fastest lap we set. Getting around the last few corners then on the super soft tyres around this track. It is the soft and super soft tyres that are used. Crossing the line there. Set a previous lap, not any better than what we did before. 2 seconds off pole position, going through to 1, extending slightly, lifting off on the exit just to negate that fact that we ran a bit wide. Braking into there, we always go wide on that corner for some reason, but we'll try and get our best run we can down towards this corner. Slightly up on our personal best, what does it say, 3 tenths behind pole, not too bad, not too shabby at the moment. But it's only 2 corners of the lap as we get ready to pick our braking point from 8th gear, about 100 metre board, hitting the apex on the inside, clipping it nicely, running wide, getting the most amount of traction we can with our 1-1 all suspension, and going into this corner, flat out, no lifting whatsoever, braking here just as the curb starts, or just before that, flying in there through the left, and now it will come very right. We'll have to lift off just a tad on the entry for that corner, not to get too much wheel spin going through it, and here you just lift off slightly just as the concrete wall comes past you, hitting the outside there, braking just before you hit the 50 metre board. Very hard braking zone, but very short. Powering out of here as hard as you can, just keep the power down the entire time, try the hardest to get through everywhere whilst you throw it in here. Don't run too wide here, don't cut the inside nor run, as we completely get that perfect as we cross the line, set our fastest lap ever around this track with a 14.6. That's, to be honest, see a bit of celebrations. Fastest lap, 15.1 was the best we ever set, but we didn't do much better in qualifying. At the end of the session we messed up a bit and came in. That ended our qualifying session really. As we now move on to the final qualifying results for this round 9 at Hockenheim. First 3 positions followed by wheel users, quite astonishing. Noah Tank takes yet another pole position. It's got quite a few this season with a 13.2, 13.3 really. Kieran is in second, and Kieran PGH is third. We follow behind Jim Jake in 6th, and our teammate Phil all the way down in 11th this time. And I was going to say a bit more about the qualifying, but that we didn't get, well, we messed up a few times and didn't get very good laps. I don't know what's happened, the Q results have gone missing. Bit bad there, but oh, there it comes, confirmation that Noah Tank has taken pole position for this race, celebrating animation of his driver. Very nice helmet, not the same one we use, but onto the race strategy. You'll see we are planning to run option, prime, option. We weren't sure whether to go for the primes at the first stint. We've been told they would be very slow. As you'll see later, if we had the same pace as a certain other person, it would have been better to start on the prime tyres. But we'll leave that out for now. You'll see when that comes later. As we now get ready to exit the garage, engineers giving us the finger and let us drive out the garage. As we now await the starting grid with its lights to set this race alight. Noah Tank, as said, in his Williams on pole position. We are in 6th on the grid on the inside, and our teammate Phil is on the outside, down in 11th. Back in cockpit cam, this time no assists used. Managed to get a bit of practice, so we've scrapped the racing line for this race. Sticking down to lean for the starts. Now there's 4 lights and there's 5 lights. And they are out, and away we go for the German Grand Prix in AOR F1 Sunday. Going down towards the first corner, it's going to get tight, it's a very tight corner. The pad users don't have very good turning, and we go down the inside of Jake, cut the corner slightly. We'll let him back past, stick up into Rich to try and stang with him. Stick it back into lean now for this corner, get a lot of wheel spin. There's contact keen ahead, someone else is hitting him, he's been hit several times. He ploughs into the side of us and he's gone round, damn, we've been hit there. And that's cost us time. Wingsman's managed to slip through everything that happened there. He's up into 5th, we're down into, no, we're into 6th, same position we started in fact, because Kian lost several positions from 2nd. We're now going to, not a DRS, it's only lap 1, but we've gone in slipstream and getting around on the outside, down the inside, sorry, on Rich Mixture. We're going to cut him off on the exit, try and not let him get on the inside nor the outside, but he's managed to catch onto the outside on the cutback. He should have greater traction, but I don't believe the inside line has greater traction, so it seems to be favouring us at the moment, as we're going to go hang to the middle of the track, being defensive, not quite completely defensive because it's a very risky move, as you can allow him to go around the outside and get greater traction and speed on you through the section, or this little section here in the middle sector, but we managed to hold him off for now. very good first lap. We're now into 5th. Best result of the season has been 5th twice. We hope we can hold on to this right until the end of the race, of course. That would be great, scoring full 10 points. Never been on the podium. As you can see, there's quite a big gap ahead already. I suspect that will grow during the laps to come though. But hopefully it won't be as bad as it has been at sometimes. Now Kieran is ahead of us on lap 3. Novatank sets the fastest lap with 16.7 or 9. Can't quite see that, correct me if I was wrong. And on the same lap, a bit later, we are going around the final corners. We completely mess up the second to last corner, going wide. Car gets auto slowed, and now Wingsman's all over the back of us. He's going to have a look down the inside of us, possibly into turn 1, is he? That wouldn't be a wise move, and he backs out of it. We go a bit wide, get a bit slowed down. He might now get back at us with DRS on the next straight. I think if you can see the mirrors, there's actually a car behind him as well. I'm not sure if I think it's is it Red Bull? No, it's not. I don't think it's his teammate. I believe it's Bad Boy in the Toro Rosso. But I think, or I believe at least, that he started on the prime tyres. So we would like to, if possible, to leave him behind. But Wingsman now coming at us. We stick to the middle of the track. He's got DRS. We try and stick to the middle of the track before cutting outside to get the grip on the outside, and doesn't look like he's going to get closer. We've got greater traction through there than he has through slow speed corners. That was one of the points of running 1-1 suspension. Something that'll be very awkward next time out in Hungary. Sorry, with all the slow corners. I'm going to struggle there, I suspect. But at this track, it wasn't so bad as I suspected at first. Silverstone was probably a bit worse. Going through onto lap 5 and lap 6, having a look at the gaps. Then they're all under 1 second gaps as we cut that corner there. Really sorry. Cutting turn 1, bit of a hard one to get onto lap 7 then, gaps under a second again. Wingsman was keeping up with us the entire first 2 stints, or roughly. He was within barely a few seconds of us as he pits on lap 7 then. We have planned to come in on lap 8, do 8 laps on each set of option tyres, and then primes on, we'll do 10 laps on, I believe. It makes, well, I'm not quick at calculations at the moment, a bit tired, but going through turn 1. Championship leader Novatank has come out behind us. He has already got a full pit stop on us almost, by the fact that he's behind us. That's not quite what we wanted at lap 8, is it? But sticking it. No, we're keeping 7th. That's the interesting thing I noticed we did. We didn't put it up into 7th. I believe it's just to help slow down a bit more. But tyres are starting to go off a bit. We're getting tons of wheel spin, even with this setup, to try and reduce it as much as we can. Seeking down to lean for this section, very important, as you'll now probably see. No, oh, actually quite good, reasonable. He's right behind us in the mirrors now. He's on fresh option tyres, I suspect, and he's going to have a look at down the inside. We're not going to fight him. He's got the greater speed on us through traction. He goes a bit wide there on the exit, but we're never going to see him again as we pit at the end lap 8 then for the soft prime tyres. Exiting the pits, we hope we'll rejoin ahead of Wingsman, but I doubt that's possible. Oh no, the undercut wasn't that efficient. I think the worn option tyres probably are a bit better than even fresh prime tyres, because the pace difference is dramatic, which is the reason why I elected not to run a 2-stopper on primes. First of all, because the speed is so much less, plus the fact that you will really struggle again towards the end for tyre wear especially. But he's closing up on us again. He's gained a bit on us thanks to DRS again, as he tried to have a look on the exit, but there's no grip, or he's having problems with traction there as always. As we can see in the mirrors now on lap 13, Bad Boy seems to be making a move on Wingsman, and that is not good for us. We know that Bad Boy, oh damn, he's got past now. We know that he is for a fact on the option tyre, sorry. We checked that during our pit stop. Didn't bother showing it, but we know he's on the option tyres, and now he's cleared Wingsman. I suspect by the end of this stint he would want to dispatch of us as well. Coming across the line to begin lap 15 then. Bad Boy is all over the back of us going through turn 1. He's run quite wide, that's quite good, that's taking the pressure off us a bit, but on this next lap then, going across the line into turn 1, we just about extend that a tad, but he's going to have the run on us on the outside. We're going to stick to the inside. Not a clever thing to do considering the traction, possibly, but look at that. What on earth is that? He just, how did he go cleanly round the outside of us about 500,000 miles an hour faster? Anyway, we'll use the DRS in 8th gear when we have DRS. See if we can go around the outside of him this time. We suspect the grip is more on the outside, but he cuts us off a bit. Hands rises up from the cockpit with fury from our driver as we make a bit of contact. But we're back ahead now. Crucially, we really need to stay ahead of him until we pit. I suspect we'll pit on the same lap. We'll be following like the same strategy, just he started on primes and we started on options. But after that, I suspect our strategy will be completely the same. As on this lap, he's getting behind us, he's got the DRS, we've gone to the inside, very defensive on the inside. That was probably not a good idea. As we launch it down the inside of him, we try and push him wide on the exit here, but he's just got the greater traction on those slightly fresher option tyres, along with the fact that we are on the prime tyres and on the inside line. But I'm going to consider maybe getting back in here. No, it's a bit too far ahead. That would be a bit stupid to try that, as we well, Wingsman's still hanging with us quite well, but we're a bit unsure of what to do now, because we're losing time to Bad Boy ahead, as Kieran has made his second stop, I believe, and has come out behind us in 6th place. That's why we're in 5th, but it's not going to last for long by the looks seems, as he's going to try it down the inside here. We've forgot to go to the middle of the track, and he's gone down the inside of us. He's on the option tyres, he's got the traction round the outside. That's not... well, brilliant move from him, not great defensive driving from us there. Apologies for that. As on lap 18, we've gone wide into the pit exit, and we did that every time, to be honest, fitting the option tyres now. 2 option stints left to the end is what we're aiming for. Wingsman has managed to close up by doing the undercut yet again. Hopefully his tyres at the end of the stint, at the end of the race, will prove slightly fatal to him, in that we will get past him, because the option tyres after 8 laps are quite worn, to be honest. As we're on the inside now, again, rubbish traction, but he has as well. That saved us a bit. But he's still hanging with us quite decently throughout this race, considering we're on lap 24, and he's probably been within 2 seconds of us all race. It's not been much moves, but it's quite not. It just proves to you that even though there's a huge, great big DRS zone, overtaking isn't easy. Like he's how many times has he got past us? Once at turn 1, and once more when we struck straight back at him, or is that coming now? I'm not sure. But anyway, he's got the DRS. We're sticking to the middle of the track, keeping it in 7th. Going to try and get it down, cut on to the outside line to take the traction zone away from him, and we've done it again. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy that was. Keeping the position, trying our hardest not to make any mistakes. So far we have done very few except for the pit entry, and we would prefer not to mess up anything, especially not this corner, which is an absolute flipping nightmare, as we do cut and extend because we turned in too early. But that's a mistake which, as you can see in the mirrors, has cost us time, even though it probably didn't seem like it. As we round the last few corners of lap 24, and then going towards the start finish line, he is pulled out of our slipstream for some reason. We go through turn 1 quite nicely. He's run wide. That's cost him a bit. We hope that will mean, I think the gap roughly for passing someone under DRS here is about 4/10. If you're under lap, or around 4/10, you should be able to pass them pretty easy. As Bad Boy now, no, that's not Bad Boy ahead, sorry. I thought it was, but it isn't. The time screen's telling me he's 11 seconds up the road almost, so that means that is definitely not Bad Boy. I suspect it's a lap car, as it is Trick Shot in last position as he pulls out the way, but we've been slightly caught up in that, as we probably, I don't know if we thought it was Bad Boy somehow, but it caught us a bit up and allowed Wingsman to close up yet again to us. As on lap 25 onto lap 26, he is still within 1 second of us, and he's got the run on us down into turn 1. He's got DRS in down into turn 2 here. He's down the inside of us. Touch again. A hand of rage comes up from our driver, complaining about the fact he made contact with us. He is literally right inside our gearbox. This is not good. We are going to go as defensive as we can, putting it up into rich and into 8th gear. We hang it down the inside, and that was quite good defending in my opinion, at least. I managed to hold him out there. As on the next lap, or same lap, we come into the pits. We've run massively wide that time, causing us, and he's right behind us into the pits. He's pushed us along a bit as we come into the pit stop to fit the option tyres. Again, for the last stint now, real big push to the end. We hope we can catch Bad Boy, but it's not looking unlikely. But we've been held in the pits. Oh my god. What is this? Thanks to his garage being the first one, we have been jumped by him in the pits. Out of every time the last laps he's tried to make an overtake, the pit crew are the ones responsible for his overtake. Never mind that, we have got DRS on him now, and we're gonna not mess about like he does and stick behind us and get defensive driven every time by us. We're just going to stick it round the outside with the DRS and goodbye. Now we don't want to see you ever again for this race. We've stuck with you for quite a long time now as we, on lap 31, lap Cookido for a second time. Not a very good race for him, being 2 laps down now. Our teammate Phil, I believe, is either a lap down or he will go a lap down during this race. But we won't. We have not gone a lap down for very many races now. Quite a few races, I believe. When is it? Is it Monaco? Probably the last race we went a lap down. That's 4 rounds ago, 5 rounds, 6 rounds ago. Sorry, now. Is it round 4 or 6? Whatever it is, it's a long time ago. On the last lap, then, you can see Novotank was almost a lap ahead of us, not quite, but pretty close still. We have done pretty well this race, considering the fact that Bad Boy, he steamed ahead of us as soon as he got past us. I think it was just the fact that Wingsman held him up dreadfully, and then we held him up for quite a few laps and did some defensive driving on him and didn't allow him to pass. Especially if you're behind someone into this middle and last sector, it's almost impossible to get past. But the first sector is definitely the place to overtake round here. This last lap then, I think our fastest lap is a 15.6, that's quite good. As we've gone past Phil, he completely lost it on that corner there. Just had to put that little clip in. That was quite great. It's great to see how they messed it up there, but I know he tried to two-stopper and I don't know if it completely failed, but it would for me. But he did a good result anyway as we come home in 6th position. And as the race results show then, Novotank takes yet another victory this race. Kieran is in 2nd, followed by Codillard in 3rd. They were 25 and 27 seconds behind respectively. We are down in 6th, reasonable to good result for us, and our teammate Phil sadly in 11th, out of the points for this race, but we hope that will change for the next round at Hockenheim. Oh my god. On to the drivers' standings then. Novotank leads on 208 points, 32 ahead of Codillard in 2nd, with Kieran in 3rd. We are down in 6th, just like in the race, and our teammate Phil down in 11th, just like the race, yet again. The constructors then, you'll see McLaren leads the way on 322 points, followed by Williams, 69 points drift, and with us in Ferrari down in 5th. As for the next round then, ladies and gentlemen, is round 11 at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Track I enjoy very much, and anyway, thanks ever so much for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you all next time then for the Hungarian Grand Prix.